Just making a YouTube video right here. My basically YouTube channel. The name may change. I think right now the YouTube channel is called That's How It Is. I'm kind of gonna change it to Rants or How Things Should Be. Just depending on how the YouTube video, the channel's gonna go. But let's get right into it. Let's go. So let's talk about something that's called the value of time. Okay, time is the most valuable thing that we have on this earth, while we're alive, and why this matters. I'll tell you why. Time doesn't mean anything if you are not using it. That's why a lot of people say, oh, I have a lot of free time, but does it mean, are you actually going to use it? Probably not. People say, if I just had free time, if I had this, but they're not doing anything productive with it. They're just watching TV, which is nothing bad, or they're just going through the motions of the day to day. You may have all the time in the world, but not be able to do anything. It's like the person that doesn't have time. Same thing, nothing's being produced and nothing's being gained. This does not apply to relaxation, because you're actually relaxing from your day to day. So the time that you say you rest or take a nap 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, doesn't count because you're relaxing. That's productive, or that's, going towards rest. But people that complain about, not having enough time and, just not doing anything, then those are the people that aren't using time, in a productive way. It's kind of hard to put it in that scenario, but if you have all the time in the world and you're not doing anything, it's like you're not really having that time. You lose it in a sense. So basically there's two choices when this whole time thing comes up: free time and no time, or a choice. Most importantly, I like choice number 2, which the choice to go somewhere, the choice that actually matters, instead of free time. Because free time can get really difficult, or it's really hard to quantify, because basically in free time you're not tied down to anything. That means that you don't have anything going on for yourself. So when you don't have anything going down or on for yourself, you basically are take anything, because you're not doing nothing. Nothing, your brain automatically goes into this mode of, I'm not doing anything, so why not do something? So when somebody invites you out, or when somebody, or it doesn't even have to be somebody invites you out. It could be a choice of going out somewhere, going to the store, or going to a new place. Your mind automatically says, well, what am I doing here? Nothing. So I might as well go over here. That's free time, where you don't have a choice and there's no liability tied down to you, which you can basically go anywhere. It's dangerous, because I wouldn't say dangerous, but it's not ideal, because you don't have anything to compare it with. It's just like eating it's just like saying, do you want, like when you go over to somebody's house, or when you go to a friend's house, aunt's house, and they offer you something to eat, or let's go drink, something to drink. And you say, you're not going to say what do you have. They're going to tell you most likely, we have water, we have juice. Either drink the water, drink the juice, or don't drink anything at all. So right now your mind's like, I'd rather have something than nothing. Even though I don't like water that much, I'll drink water. As opposed to having a choice in that would be like, well, if I would have a choice between Sprite and water, of course I'd pick Sprite, or pick, Coke or whatnot, right? So this ties directly with the choice to go somewhere, or to pick up a phone call, or to dial somebody, or to go to someone's house, or to go somewhere. Once you have a choice, you have more time invested, and you have a greater vested time there, as opposed to free time that you aren't doing anything at all. So this actually goes hand in hand with what we're talking about the next slide. But you have a choice of 2 birthday parties. So either your friend, or let's say a friend's birthday party, or a night out with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatnot, it's going to show what you really value in a sense. Because if you pick the other thing, like let's say you want to go out with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you're really going to put a high value on that because you dumped hanging out with your friends. You value more hanging out with your friends than you do your girlfriend at the time. Of course, not forever, but at that time, you're putting all that value, which really makes it seem like to your friends, your friends might think that you didn't have anything, that you don't have anything going on, or they might think that you had a choice. But the ideal thing here is to have a choice. When you have a choice, the thing that you decide becomes a greater priority. You have more vested interest in this thing. So you're more likely to put more attention to things like this. This is where it comes in, where truly, whoever really truly values your friendship or whoever really truly values your time is going to understand this. Of course, you're not always going to ask everybody to say, hey, did you have something else going on before I called you? Did you have something going on? Is your friendship true? Is your commitment true? Of course, you're not going to ask that question to everybody, but I mean, you kind of know a sense. Like, did they really have something going on, or is they just trying to be nice? Same thing. So the trick here is do things on your time. If not, the people that really truly value your time are going to ask and say, hey, do you got anything going on? Do you want to hang out? Are you going to go do something this afternoon? Throughout my lifetime, I've figured there's two sets of people. People that say, hey, let's go over here without asking about your time, and people that's going to say, hey, do you have anything going on? Are you free? Those people are the people that actually are interested in your time because they're asking if you're free. They're not telling you, hey, let's go out without, thinking you don't have anything to do. That's kind of disrespectful, That's how you can find out if people really value your time. If they don't, then what makes them think they're going to value you? It's a very simple thing. Same thing with phone calls. Somebody calls you. Do they have something going on at that moment and they're really invested in you, calling you in your time? Or is it because they're bored and they want something to call you? More than likely, a lot of people call you because they find out or they run out of options and call somebody to keep themselves entertained. Keep in mind this word, keep themselves entertained, not you. I've met some people that, would sway away from their time and call you or somebody else on their own time and take their own time into calling you, but that's kind of rare. They don't call you for say hi. Most likely they weren't doing anything in the first place, but that's another topic. But you need to learn, of course you're not going to call these people and say, hey, well, you're doing something important. No, I'm just driving back from work. No, I'm just going to work. And they just want to fill in every single aspect of their time with something. I don't blame nobody. Sometimes people do that. I sometimes do that, but I don't, it's not my intention. But I normally don't do that as much as other people would. Because, I have respect for people's time. Say if I'm calling them, say, hey, is it okay for me to talk to you? Because you're not going to ask that every time. Stuff like that. I've seen it with coworkers. I've seen it with people in the office that they just, whenever they're free, they want to get other people free. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. You can always ask them, hey, but when you want to go somewhere, when you want to do something, they're not available. What that is irony. That's not right. But whatever, that's about it. Hopefully I learned something. If y'all already knew this, well then good. Probably trying to just get some more people into this stuff like this. So yeah, we'll wrap it up a bit here. And always, if you want to, if you really want to find out who's really, have a choice, say, hey, did you have anything going on today, this afternoon, or were you just bored and just wanted to hang out? That could break relationships. If you really want to find out, a lot of people are bored, and there's no shame in that, but at least they could admit it. No, I was bored and I just wanted to call you or wanted to hang out. um, they don't make the plan before, you know. But that's about it.